This might be one of the most ignorant videos I've seen in a long time, and that's saying something because Geeks and Gamers videos aren't exactly known for being well put together or thought out. Now, if you didn't know from the gameplay in my recent videos, I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite recently. I think it's a fun game, and despite the fact that there are microtransactions, which is something a lot of people don't like, I actually don't think it makes much of a difference. I mean, you can't buy skill or any advantage gameplay-wise, and you can still get customizable items just by playing the game, so I think for a free game, it's pretty good. But I also love a lot of the older Halo games. Halo Reach was one of the most defining games of my late childhood, and while I've never delved too deeply into the lore of Halo, I've always found the world and the story very fascinating. This is why when I heard that a Halo TV series was coming, it sparked my interest. Now I watched the new trailer and well, it's a 2-minute trailer. There isn't really much to go off of. Some things look cool and others don't. I've seen online that some people really like the trailer, while there are others that think it looks like a low quality fan film. We won't know until we watch it. Also, it's non-canon, which I think is really great because it can go in its own direction. However, somewhere from within the depths of hell, the evolved version of Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers has risen. Geeks and Gamers with a beard. I'm sorry, I should stop calling Jeremy Geeks and Gamers because Geeks and Gamers is a brand, it's a corporation, it's all these YouTubers. Let's just call him D-Day Cobra from now on, because that's apparently his online persona. But anyways, he thinks that this series looks woke, because why the fuck not? Now usually I probably would have left this video alone because it's a bit pathetic, but then I saw that he compares it to The Last Jedi. And as you know, when someone comes for The Last Jedi for cringe reasons like it being too woke, that just fuels a fire within me. That shit really gets me going. Also, I saw some other people talking about this video in particular, so I decided to check out what he possibly had to say about this 2-minute trailer, and what about it could possibly indicate that it's woke. And listen, let me just say that I don't care what anyone thinks of the show or the trailer. I've seen a lot of Halo fans online think it looks really sick, and I do think it looks pretty dope too, but I don't care if anyone thinks it looks bad. I really couldn't give two fucks, so just remember that I'm not criticizing him for not liking the trailer. I'm criticizing him for his baseless accusations that this show could be ruined by wokeness, which as we will see in this video is a claim he can't even back up. But yeah, let's just get into the video. So for the first section of his video, he's reacting to the trailer, and I'm not going to show much from this because he says like 10 words in total. It's not very interesting. However, what I do find funny are his facial reactions whenever a woman or a person of color comes on screen.
Master Chief, huh?
Chief looks great. Chief looks great.
The
I'll say that
Chief
much.
was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant.
Let me just roll it back. So he says Master Chief looks pretty cool, which he does, but then a woman comes on screen and he squints his eyes, and then another woman comes on screen and he does this little what the hell face, and I just find that really funny. He does it again at a later point when multiple clips of women are shown and he looks almost disgusted. I'm probably just looking way too much into this, I just thought it was very funny. But yeah, let's get into what he actually has to say about this trailer.
What the fuck did I just watch? Like, that was weird because it's... So Chief looks amazing and the visuals look really cool. But at the same time, it looks like a fan-made thing, and then Cortana looks strange and weird, and like no hologram.
Now, starting off, I agree with this until,
and I'm just gonna be honest, I'm getting some strong Last Jedi vibes. I'm getting some strong Last Jedi vibes because visually, like I said, Chief looks great, Arbiter looks great. You got the energy sword. You know, you got Cortana, which again, Cortana, I don't really understand that. But then you look at the emphasis on diversity, because there's a heavy emphasis on diversity, just like in the original teaser trailer we saw weeks ago or whatever. It was like diversity, diversity, diversity. Now, again, if you show me that in isolation, taking all of Hollywood's nonsense away from it, I watch that and I'm like, that looks pretty cool, you know, kind of has a fan-made feel to it, which isn't necessarily always a bad thing. But when I have seen what Hollywood has done with so many properties, then I have a lot of reason to be concerned. A lot of reason to be concerned.
As always, Jeremy doesn't even know what made The Last Jedi a bad movie. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I can definitely understand if people don't like it. There are a lot of valid reasons, but none of those valid reasons are diversity. At no point in the movie is skin color or gender ever even mentioned, but still so many people online think that diversity and wokeness is the problem of modern cinema. And we can blame people like D-Day Cobra for consistently spreading this gospel for years. But anyways, this next part is really funny because it shows exactly how much of a grifter this dude is. Because he can't even make an argument that sounds somewhat credible. He doesn't even know what he's trying to say. All he sees are some stills of women, and that's the sole reason that he's nervous about this series. The only fucking reason. Just watch this for yourself, it's mind-boggling.
It's so weird because, like, when it starts out, like, there's really cool stuff here, you know? There's some cool shots. I think it looks pretty cool. Chief looks amazing. But then you're getting into some weird stuff. Like the moment Cortana shows up and then you got your Last Jedi stuff going on. There's the Warthog, that's pretty cool to see. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that is cool to see. That is cool. Chief looks great. But once they show Cortana, it just starts to feel very strange. What is this? What is going on? What is... Oh my lord, man. I have no idea. I'm very concerned about this. I think they're doing exactly what The Last Jedi did. And then you got your Last Jedi stuff going on. What is this? What is going on? What is... Oh my lord, man.
What? All he does is click through random parts of the trailer saying that most things look good, except for the women. Whenever a female character comes on screen, he's instantly triggered. And I thought these people's problem with diversity was only when it was forced down our throats and unnecessary, but Halo as a franchise has always had women in it. A lot of the Spartans are female. Some of the most badass and memorable characters are female. This isn't a new thing. It just goes to show that he has no clue what he's talking about. He even ends by admitting that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
And I have no idea.
He has no argument, and he knows it, but he's still making this video. How blatantly misogynistic can you be? And yes, I know this is quite a small-scale instance of misogyny, and it doesn't really have a major impact on anything by itself, but that doesn't matter. He's still being misogynistic. He might not openly say he hates women, and I don't think he's violent towards women. He has a wife, and I'm sure he loves her very dearly, and is probably a decent person in real life, but that doesn't matter. You can still have misogynistic attitudes and behaviors, and while I think that Jeremy's a grifter who doesn't actually believe much of the stuff he says online, it still has a real impact on the people who watch his videos, the people who watch the videos of the people he associates with, and suddenly a big portion of the geek community thinks like this. All these people start to believe that diversity in movies is somehow a bad thing, but people just get it wrong. When forced diversity does end up getting in the way of the story, then it's not the fault of diversity. The fault lies in bad writing and very often corporate meddling. Diversity isn't the problem, people, and channels like these always focus on the wrong things. They're the symbols of one part of the culture war, but they don't care. They're only in it for the money.
A lot of emphasis on diversity. Diversity is our strength, everyone. Diversity is our strength. So
him saying emphasis on diversity really just means some of the many characters that the trailer flicks around to are not white and male. Like, come on, it's 2022 and we're still doing this shit? Why? It actually upsets me. Here I am, being upset, and it's all your fault. But then you lot will say, but Turf, why do you watch this stuff if you get so upset? Well, isn't it obvious? I'm a masochist. No, I care about these things, and I truly think that it's really fucking harmful that it's become so profitable and easy to grift on YouTube. To say that the inclusion of people of color and women are ruining franchises and movies before they even come out, that this is somehow acceptable to say, it's horrible. I don't get it. Please don't get me wrong, I absolutely love movie analysis and criticism. I think it's incredibly engaging and necessary for art to evolve. But channels like these aren't bringing anything useful to the table. In fact, they're often being plain hateful. They don't know how to properly analyze movies or TV shows or just art in general. And yes, I know opinions on art are subjective, but this shit is harmful. I don't know about you, but I never think about the identities of the characters who appear in movie trailers. Like when Jeremy shows a female Spartan, who by the way is nothing new to the Halo franchise, all I'm thinking is, why does it matter? You have absolutely no idea whether or not that character in particular will be good or bad or SJW or whatever. Like honestly, if I'm really excited for something and it comes out and it's not good, then yeah, it's disappointing, but I'm an adult. I'll move on. Not like these lunatics who are still moaning about the same small stuff that happened years ago. It's pathetic. Now I do need to give Jeremy a little bit of credit. At the end of the video, he does admit that this is just his viewpoint, and that he's willing to see if he gets proven wrong. That if anyone is super hyped for the series, then he fully supports that. I think that's a good thing to say, so thank you, Jeremy. Good job. But that doesn't change the fact that he gets immensely triggered by women and that he criticizes diversity in this video without any arguments whatsoever. It's a lazy video and you're not helping anyone. You're just making things worse. But anyways, that's all I had for today. This was honestly more of a passionate rant than an overly structured video, but I like that. I think there needs to be some variety once in a while. Also, I spent a lot of time and energy on my previous couple of videos, so I felt I needed a shorter and less complex video for this week. Hope you don't mind. But anyways, please do let me know your opinions down below. Do you think I'm right or do you think I'm wrong? Is diversity a problem in cinema or not? Let me know down in the... I also just wanted to say thank you to my awesome Turf Sergeant, and if you want to further support the channel, then there will be a link to my Patreon down below. Also, don't forget to join our Discord server, but other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe and peace out.